Have you ever wondered why manipulators harbor such disdain for those they cannot sway? There's a stark contrast between manipulators, those who seek control through deception and coercion, and chosen ones, individuals graced with an innate resilience and moral clarity that renders them impervious to manipulation. This inherent clash breeds contempt in manipulators, who are frustrated by the chosen one's ability to resist and rise above their schemes. Herein lies our exploration into the psychological and social dynamics fueling this deep-seated animosity. The first reason is that the chosen ones naturally resist control. Manipulators thrive on exerting power over others, weaving their influence subtly through the very fabric of their interactions to dictate and dominate. This need is not merely a preference, but a necessity for their ego and sense of superiority. They craft scenarios and manipulate emotions to ensure that they remain in a position of authority, often orchestrating the outcomes to their favor. Your intrinsic sense of self and strong moral foundation render you impervious to such tactics. Your presence disrupts the manipulator's playbook. Your refusal to bend or acquiesce challenges their authority and undermines their power. When faced with attempts to control your actions or beliefs, you respond not with submission, but with a quiet strength that is both baffling and infuriating to the manipulator. In daily life, this resistance can manifest in simple refusals to participate in office politics, in the courage to speak out against unethical practices, or in the steadfastness to stand by your principles, even when tempted by easier, more compliant paths. For manipulators, who rely on compliance and vulnerability to impose their will, your unyielding nature represents a direct threat to their dominance. This dynamic sets the stage for conflict, as the manipulator's strategies are effectively nullified by your discernment and autonomy. The frustration they feel when confronted with someone they cannot control often escalates into outright hostility, as each failed attempt at manipulation only deepens their resentment. Thus, the disdain they harbor for you, the chosen ones, is not merely a reaction to thwarted desires, but a fundamental clash of your very natures. Where one seeks to dominate, the other is destined to defy. The second reason is jealousy and envy. You, as chosen ones, naturally exude charisma and leadership, qualities that draw others to you and inspire admiration and loyalty. These attributes, while magnetic and beneficial, can also incite deep-seated jealousy in those who crave influence, but lack the inherent qualities to attain it genuinely. Your charisma allows you to connect with people effortlessly, your presence comforting and invigorating to those around you. In contrast, manipulators often have to contrive their connections, using tactics and schemes to fabricate the allure that comes to you naturally. This stark difference, where you attract and they compel, fosters a resentment that simmers within the manipulator, as they recognize a power in you that they cannot replicate through manipulation alone. Similarly, your leadership is not imposed but organically accepted by your peers. You lead by example, your actions and decisions reflecting integrity and vision. This authentic leadership style, which engenders trust and respect, stands in direct opposition to the manipulative tactics employed by those who wish to lead through coercion and deceit. The manipulator's envy is thus not just about your position, but about the manner in which you attain and maintain it, through genuine respect rather than fear or obligation. In daily life, this envy manifests when manipulators observe the ease with which you navigate complex social dynamics, or the trust you naturally command in professional settings. For example, while you may spearhead a project with collaborative input and open dialogue, a manipulator might have to resort to underhanded strategies to achieve a semblance of control, never truly securing the team's heartfelt engagement or loyalty. Thus, the jealousy and envy directed towards you by manipulators are a reaction to the qualities you embody, qualities they cannot forge or steal. Your very essence challenges their facades and undermines their strategies, making them painfully aware of their own inadequacies and the superficiality of their influence. This inevitable comparison between intrinsic and contrived attributes intensifies their disdain, positioning you, the chosen ones, as unwitting antagonists in their quest for control. The third reason is insecurity, triggered by the unshakable confidence and destined path that you, as chosen ones, inherently follow. Your assuredness and clear sense of purpose starkly contrast with the internal tumult and uncertainty that plague manipulators, often driving them to confront their own shortcomings and doubts, a confrontation they neither desire nor are prepared for. Your confidence is not just a personal attribute. It is a manifestation of your deep connection to your higher purpose and spiritual alignment. This intrinsic certainty allows you to make decisions and take actions that resonate with profound truth and integrity. In contrast, manipulators often operate from a place of doubt and opportunism, their choices swayed by external conditions and the shifting sands of personal gain, rather than a steadfast moral compass. In professional settings, your ability to stand firm in your convictions, especially under pressure, highlights the manipulator's own vacillations and their reliance on the approval and opinions of others. While you draw strength from an inner wellspring, they are left to scramble for external validations, a process fraught with anxiety and insecurity. Socially, your ease in maintaining genuine relationships based on mutual respect and understanding can be particularly unsettling for manipulators. They observe how others gravitate towards you, drawn by the authenticity and warmth you exude, while they must constantly perform and deceive to garner attention and loyalty. This disparity lays bare their inadequacies, intensifying their insecurities as they grapple with the realization that their relationships are built on fragile foundations of manipulation rather than the solid ground of true connection. The natural confidence you display, rooted in a clear sense of destiny and self-awareness, acts as a mirror that reflects back to the manipulators their own inner chaos and lack of genuine self-esteem. This reflection is not just uncomfortable, it is deeply destabilizing, challenging the very foundations upon which they have built their lives. Your existence, therefore, not only disrupts their external strategies, but also invokes an internal crisis of identity and worth, making you a target of their resentment and hostility as they struggle to maintain their own crumbling facades. The fourth reason is that your autonomy and independence pose a significant threat to manipulators who rely on the pliability and dependency of others to assert their control. You possess a profound sense of self and an unwavering purpose that naturally undermines a manipulator's influence. Your individuality is not just a trait, it is a bastion of strength, a fortress that repels the advances of those who seek to sway your course through underhanded means. Your autonomy manifests in the way you navigate life's challenges and make decisions based on a deep internal compass, rather than the persuasive tactics of others. In a world where many drift along currents of external opinion and societal pressures, you sail against these currents, guided by a higher calling and a clear vision of your destiny. For instance, in professional environments where groupthink and conformity are often the paths of least resistance, your insistence on ethical practices and integrity stands out. When a manipulator attempts to propagate a dubious strategy or unethical plan, your refusal to comply, based not just on contrarian impulses, but on a principled stance, disrupts their agenda. Your independence in thought and action forces them to confront the limitations of their influence, highlighting their inability to dominate those who are self-governed. Similarly, in personal relationships, your autonomy enables you to establish healthy boundaries that protect your emotional and psychological space from being invaded or manipulated. When others might succumb to emotional blackmail or subtle coercion, you recognize these tactics and deflect them with ease. This resilience not only safeguards your well-being, but also frustrates the manipulator's efforts to gain a foothold in your life. Your intrinsic autonomy and independence are direct challenges to the very essence of a manipulator's power. These qualities do not merely block their attempts at control, they actively dismantle the manipulator's perceived authority, revealing their strategies as ineffective against a truly sovereign spirit. Your existence as a self-directed and purpose-driven individual not only nullifies their influence but also serves as a beacon to others, inspiring them to seek their own paths of self-realization and independence. The fifth reason is that your integrity is not just a personal trait, but a powerful force that disrupts the manipulative agendas thriving in moral gray areas. You, as chosen ones, are guided by a strong ethical compass, a shining beacon that illuminates your path and shapes every decision you make. This unwavering commitment to doing what is right, often regardless of personal cost, starkly contrasts with the manipulator's fluid morality, where ethics bend to ambition and convenience. In the workplace, for instance, while others may succumb to cutting corners or engaging in dubious practices for short-term gains, you stand resolute in your principles. When a manipulator attempts to orchestrate a scheme that compromises ethical standards, your refusal to participate not only thwarts their plan, but also casts a spotlight on their corrupt methods. Your adherence to integrity exposes and isolates them, revealing their actions to peers and superiors alike. Your moral integrity acts as a shield against manipulative tactics designed to exploit vulnerabilities. You recognize the value of honesty and transparency, and you apply these principles consistently, setting a standard that leaves no room for deceit. When faced with emotional manipulation, you respond with clarity and firmness, your ethical stance serving as a bulwark against any attempts to sway your emotions unjustly. Moreover, your commitment to ethics often leads you to take proactive steps to rectify wrongs and advocate for justice, further distancing you from those whose moral flexibility allows, if not encourages, the perpetuation of injustice. This active engagement not only reinforces your role as a moral leader, but also deepens the chasm between you and manipulators, who view your integrity as a barrier to their objectives. Thus, your moral integrity is a fundamental clash against a manipulator's ethos. It is not merely a passive trait, but an active force, a challenge to the very core of manipulative dynamics. Your presence and actions continually assert that ethical behavior is not only possible, but essential, undermining the manipulator's influence and fortifying the moral fabric of your environments. This stark ethical contrast not only sets you apart, but also positions you as a pillar of righteousness in a world rife with moral compromise. The sixth reason is your inspirational influence. You, the chosen ones, naturally inspire loyalty and admiration, your very presence altering the dynamics of any group you enter. This capability stems not merely from charisma, but from the depth of your convictions and the authenticity of your actions, which resonate deeply with those around you. This shift often moves the group's focus and allegiance away from manipulators, who rely on superficial charm and deceit to maintain control. Your leadership style, marked by openness, honesty, and genuine concern for team welfare, draws people to you. As team members begin to experience the benefits of your transparent and ethical management, they become less susceptible to manipulative tactics. The manipulator's influence wanes as the group coalesces around your leadership, valuing the stability and positivity you bring. In social settings, your ability to connect with others on a meaningful level creates strong bonds rooted in mutual respect and shared values. When you speak, people listen, not because they are compelled to, but because they find true wisdom and sincerity in your words. This genuine connection undermines manipulators, whose relationships are often built on quicksand, impressive on the surface but lacking any real depth. The example you set, living out your values and standing firm in your ethical beliefs, serves as a beacon to others. This demonstration of integrity in action encourages similar behavior among your peers, effectively shifting the cultural norms of your environment. Where manipulative behavior might once have flourished, a new standard is set, one that prioritizes honesty and integrity over deceit and self-interest. Thus, your inspirational influence is a powerful tool against manipulation. It is not just your actions, but the ripple effect they create, transforming the landscape around you and fostering a community where transparency and loyalty are valued over subterfuge and control. Your presence inherently challenges the status quo, reshaping group dynamics and redirecting the flow of influence, much to the chagrin of any manipulator unlucky enough to cross your path. The seventh reason is the threat to status. You not only challenge, but also threaten to dismantle the established power bases of manipulators within any group or organization. Your very essence, rooted in authenticity and imbued with transformative energy, acts as a destabilizing force against the fragile edifices built on manipulation and deceit. In any organizational or group setting, manipulators often climb to positions of influence through cunning and the strategic exploitation of others' weaknesses. Their status is maintained not through genuine respect or leadership prowess, but through a carefully curated network of obligations and intimidations. However, when you step into this environment, the equilibrium shifts. Your commitment to transparency, fairness, and genuine leadership illuminates the shadowy corners of manipulation that had previously gone unnoticed. A manipulator may have established a power base by hoarding information, playing colleagues against each other, or taking credit for others' work. However, your approach, centered on collaboration, recognition of individual contributions, and the open sharing of information, naturally endears you to your colleagues. As others begin to see the benefits of your leadership style, the manipulator's influence wanes, their maneuvers become transparent, and their power base erodes. Moreover, your presence often inspires others to expect more from their leaders and to question the status quo. This shift in expectations can lead to a cultural change within the organization, where manipulative tactics are no longer tolerated and ethical leadership is valued. As you embody and advocate for these principles, you not only threaten the manipulator's current status, but also their future potential to exploit and control. Your role as a chosen one is inherently revolutionary. By merely being part of a system, you challenge and often change the dynamics of power and leadership. Your integrity and principled approach expose the deficiencies of manipulative leadership, compelling a return to authenticity that reshapes the entire organization. This profound impact underscores the reason why manipulators view you with such animosity and fear. Because your presence heralds the end of their reign of manipulation and the rise of a new, enlightened order. The eighth reason is the shift in attention. You, the chosen ones, naturally attract admiration and respect from those around you, your authentic virtues and innate leadership qualities, drawing others to your light. This shift in attention is not merely social or superficial. It is a profound redistribution of influence that can significantly diminish the control previously wielded by manipulators within any group or organization. Manipulators thrive in environments where they can quietly orchestrate the dynamics, subtly pulling the strings behind the veil of perceived anonymity or benign leadership. However, your arrival and the consequent shift in focus disrupt this balance. As people begin to gravitate towards your genuine and uplifting leadership style, the manipulator's tactics of coercion and deceit become less effective. Colleagues and peers start to question the manipulative behaviors they once accepted as normal, now illuminated by the contrast of your integrity and positive influence. For instance, in a professional setting, where a manipulator might have dominated team meetings or decision-making processes through aggressive tactics or subtle undermining, your approach of inclusive dialogue and encouragement of diverse opinions naturally shifts the team's focus. Members who felt undervalued or ignored find a new voice, and the collective attention begins to celebrate collaborative success over individual cunning. This shift not only reduces the manipulator's direct control over others, but also isolates them. As more individuals experience the benefits of a healthier, more transparent environment, the manipulator's circle of influence narrows. They find it increasingly difficult to manipulate a group that now values honesty and collective achievement, qualities you embody and promote. The attention and admiration you receive as a chosen one serve as more than mere accolades. They are tools of transformation that realign the power structures within any community or organization. Your presence challenges the status quo, redirecting attention from deceitful maneuverings to constructive contributions. And in doing so, you dilute the manipulator's once potent influence. This dynamic shift is not only a testament to your impact, but also a beacon of change for all those who follow in your enlightened path. The ninth reason is manipulative responses. You, the chosen ones, not only disrupt the equilibrium of the manipulator's controlled environment, but provoke a backlash of tactical responses aimed to undermine your influence and integrity. These tactics, sabotage, isolation, and direct confrontation, are employed with desperate precision as manipulators seek to reclaim their dwindling power and control over the group. Sabotage, the first of these tactics, is often subtle and insidious. Manipulators might spread misinformation about your intentions, twist your words, or even interfere with your projects to erode the trust and respect you've cultivated. For example, a manipulator might subtly alter the data in a report you prepared, or spread rumors questioning your commitment or authenticity, all designed to sow seeds of doubt among your peers. Isolation is another strategic response, where manipulators work to cut you off from the support of the group. By driving wedges between you and your colleagues or friends, they aim to weaken your influence and make you more vulnerable to their attacks. This could manifest in the manipulator excluding you from key meetings or social gatherings, or persuading others that you are somehow different or not to be trusted. Direct confrontation, while less subtle, is a tactic employed when subtler methods fail. In these instances, manipulators may challenge you openly, questioning your decisions and authority in an attempt to undermine your confidence and stature before the group. These confrontations are designed to put you on the defensive, to make you appear less capable, and thus less deserving of the leadership or respect you naturally command. In facing these manipulative responses, your challenge as a chosen one is to maintain your integrity, composure, and focus. By remaining steadfast in your principles and transparent in your actions, you not only disarm these tactics, but also strengthen your position within the group. Each attempt to undermine you can be turned into an opportunity to further demonstrate your worthiness and the manipulator's lack of it, reinforcing your role as a leader and protector of the collective good. This resilience not only fortifies your leadership, but also serves as a powerful example of grace under pressure, inspiring others to rally to your cause and reject the manipulator's destructive influence. The need for control, jealousy and envy, insecurity, autonomy and independence, moral integrity, inspirational influence, threat to status, shift in attention, and manipulative responses form a complex tableau that shows how deeply your presence and principles disrupt the manipulative machinations. Each reason underscores a specific facet of the manipulator's struggle against your unyielding spirit and indomitable ethos. This examination not only clarifies the tactics employed by those who wish to undermine you, but also highlights the resilience and inherent power that you possess. Reflecting on these dynamics reveals a broader lesson about power and influence. True strength lies not in subjugation or deceit, but in the ability to inspire and elevate others. Your interactions with manipulators, challenging though they may be, demonstrate the potential for positive change and the triumph of integrity over duplicity. They teach us that even in the face of adversity, there lies the opportunity to affirm one's values and to catalyze growth both within oneself and within the collective. As you move forward, remember the resilience that defines you. Let these encounters not diminish, but rather deepen your resolve to act as beacons of change and pillars of light in a world that often shadows truth with deception. Your journey is both a testament and a blueprint for overcoming the darkness with enduring light. I encourage you to share your stories and insights, to spread the knowledge of how you navigate and transform these challenges into opportunities for growth and enlightenment. By doing so, you not only reaffirm your role as chosen ones, but also empower others to recognize and resist manipulative forces in their own lives. Stand firm in your truth, for in your steadfastness lies the potential to reshape the world.